Today we are taking over at Arsenal for the next 10 seasons to see how many trophies this Arsenal side, created and constructed by Mikel Arteta, can win. We have of course added the new faces in Mikel Merino, who has just been confirmed as the new signing for Arsenal, as well as Riccardo Calafiori, who I'm gonna put on the left back spot for now. Gabriel and Saliba still at centre back. Trossard, Jesus and Saka up top. Maybe Martinelli ahead of Trossard, that would be better because he's got better potential. But yeah, this side, I'm really intrigued to see how many trophies we'll win over the next 10 seasons. Of course, over the last couple of seasons, Arsenal have finished twice on 2 occasions. So let's see how Arsenal do today in this challenge over 10 seasons. Of course, Real Madrid still atop the leaderboard with 70 points, 66 then for both second place, Barcelona and Chelsea. A little reminder of how the points tally works. You get 5 points for winning the big one, the UEFA Champions League. 3 points for winning the domestic league, in this case the Premier League. Also 3 points for winning either the Europa League or the Europa Conference League. And then finally 1 point for any other cup competitions like the Carabao, the FA Cup, or even any of the Super Cups. For the first season, I think we need a better striker than Jesus because he's been really missing a lot of chances in real life. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not so sure. Maybe a better left back, but Calafiori has just come onto the team. We have a few left backs in the team like Zinchenko and Tierney, who came back from Real Sociedad. But I'm not really happy with either of those, so I might just sell both of them. Let's see what we can do. In terms of tactical vision, I have decided to go for the tiki-taka style of play. And I've also hired a default 5-star scout in Samuel Gilbert, who comes from England and goes to England to find us some talents for the next 9 months. We will of course have 3 transfers per season, and for the first one we have 141 million to splash the cash. So guys, let's get to spending that money. First off, we go in for a quite old player, 34 already. He's never played in the Premier League before. He's 90 overall. It is the Polish world-class striker Robert Lewandowski joining us here at Arsenal for 70 million. In the meantime, I changed Leandro Trossard's position from a centre-forward to a left winger, and he stays at an 82. We have loaned out Reece Nelson for a year to Borussia Dortmund, sold Aaron Ramsdale to Roma for 37.4 million, as well as selling Kieran Tierney to Bayern Munich for 25.4, and Ketia for 13.6 to Aston Villa, which means that we are back up to 135 million for 2 players. Now I know guys, we have David Raya in the club, but certainly we need another goalkeeper, second one, as we have sold Aaron Ramsdale. And I have gone in for 23-year-old, 83 rated, goalkeeper of the Portuguese national team and of FC Porto, Diogo Costa, coming over to Arsenal for 56 million. And finally, certainly a man for the future, but also for the present, a new left back, because Calafiori isn't real left back, so I went in for a world-class one from PSG. Nuno Mendes joining up with Arsenal for 60 million from PSG. I've also done something quite interesting, converting Alexander Zinchenko from a left back to a CDM. And he goes up by 2. That's great. That's an absolutely fantastic improvement. So this is how the team is coming together. I put Lewandowski up top here. He's of course better than Jesus, 8 overall. Higher. Costa is our highest rated goalkeeper at 23.83. Raya is already 27.82. He's a good backup goalkeeper though. Mendes is 21.82. He's an exciting prospect, and I'm excited to see what he can bring to the table here. We've got our first competitive game against Manchester City at the Wembley Stadium for a first point in the FA Community Shield, and we lose that game on penalties. A very tight game, 1-1 after 90. Rodrigo just about equalized for City. Lewandowski gave us the lead, but in the end we don't get our first point. On the eve of our Premier League debut, we sell Jorginho for 30 million to Atletico Madrid, as we have now Zinchenko at the CDM spot. Jorginho was already 30. The first season with Arsenal is done and dusted, and we finish in second place. Standard procedure, but behind Spurs in this case. How have Spurs dethroned Manchester City? We're only in 4th. We are in 2nd. I mean, behind Spurs, that's a bit embarrassing. Chelsea, another London rival, win the FA Cup over Wolves, whilst we have been knocked out in round 5 or the round of 16 against Manchester City. However, we do claim our first point of this takeover. In the Carabao, we have defeated Aston Villa in the final, 2-0. The Champions League started off not so great. We only finished in second place behind Lens in the group. Round of 16, we defeated Inter Milan 3-1. Quarterfinals, we even defeated Napoli. An Italian job, then a German job, we even defeat Bayern. With a chance to win our first 5 points of this takeover. And we do it against Real Madrid. I mean, we couldn't win the Premier League, but we win the Champions League. That's funny. And I mean, 25 goals for Lewandowski is just brilliant. He's down to an 88, but still 25 goals is crazy. 18 for Martinelli is great. 17 goals and 15 assists for Saka is fantastic. And even 14 goals for Trossard and 11 for Merino from centre midfield. The team is fantastic looking in every single position. Saliba 88, Gabriel 87, 85 rated Mendes, 86 rated Costa, who is now 2 higher rated than Raya, 84 White, 90 rated Saka. A quite successful first season. We have collected 6 points, could have collected 9 with the Premier League. Just about couldn't win that. But yeah, I'm really confident going into season 2. We start off season number 2 with a massive clear out. Takehiro Tomiyasu, backup right back, goes to Lazio for 39 million. Zambi Lokonga to West Ham for 15. Kivio to Spurs for 28.7. Trossard to Liverpool for 38. And then Bierre to Norwich, Nelson to Brighton, and Alexander Zinchenko to Chelsea of all clubs. First player we sign is a backup winger, an Englishman, 23 years of age, already English national team player. Anthony Gordon comes in from Newcastle for 50 million on the dot. I have just splashed 80 million on a central midfielder who doesn't even start from the get-go, but he's only 21. Coming in from Real Madrid, it is Eduardo Camavinga, 82 million he cost us. And finally, we sign a new right back because Tomiyasu has left the club. This is an upgrade on even Ben White, as the 25-year-old 85 rated Achraf Hakimi joins Arsenal for 65 million. With the 3 signings here, Gordon 23.81, Camavinga 21.84 and Hakimi, the only one who goes into the starting 11 at 25.85. We have massively strengthened our squad, especially the bench here. Partey still on there. Timber now 82 rated, Raya 84. I mean, this team can really fight for the Premier League title, even though we've only added Hakimi in the starting 11. Our first test of Season 2 is the UEFA Super Cup as the winners of the Champions League against Europa League winners Roma. Can we get the first point of Season 2? No, we actually lose that game. Paredes, Romurodov and Lewandowski scored. We are done with Season 2 and once again we just about miss out on winning the Premier League. 1 point behind Liverpool, 1 ahead of Man City. Once again the second place. Preston win the FA Cup over Burnley. What was that final? We lose to Burnley in the semi-finals. Atrocious. 39 goals for Saka is unbelievable. 92 overall. 23 even for Lewandowski. And even 13 assists. Most assists for Saka. Nearly most assists. Second most actually. While the team is looking very, very nice. Lewandowski now down to an 86 but still scored his goals. We've actually been second in the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, the Super Cup and the Champions League this season. What else do you want me to say? Hopefully next season we'll be a bit more lucky. We start off the third season with Arsenal bringing in a new striker who is only 25, 87 overall. From the Bundesliga, from RB Leipzig is Luis Openda joining us for 105 million. I'm also looking to strengthen the back line for the future especially. We have 3 centre-backs, I bring in a 4th. Also from the Bundesliga it is Willian Pacho joining us for 40 million on the dot from Frankfurt. We've also sold a whole list of players, a big one in Gabriel Jesus to Brighton for 61. We've loaned out Patino and Nwaneri, but we've also sold Thomas Partey to Borussia Dortmund for 57 million. And now we've even sold David Raya, who is now 29, 85 overall, to Inter, who gave us a good 50 million. Which means that for our final signing, we go in for a backup goalkeeper, who's only 25 now. He's already 84 rated though, 57 million for Marco Carnesecchi from Villarreal. And so this is how our squad is coming together for the third season. I'm gonna put Openda up top and Lewandowski on the bench. I have opted to keep Lewandowski for one more season just as a backup, just in case something happens at the end of season 3, and for the first time we bag the Premier League. 3 points onto the leaderboard, 7 points ahead of Liverpool. 4th point of the season in the FA Cup, defeating Spurs. Wow! We don't win the Carabao though, as Man City defeat Chelsea. We have been knocked out by Liverpool in round 4. And finally, in the Champions League, we came in second in our group. 2 wins, 4 draws, 0 losses. Round of 16, we defeated Atletico Madrid. Quarterfinals, we got knocked out on penalties by Man City. What a shame. Saka is just a cheat code. 32 goals, 13 assists for this man. 18 for Openda in his second season. Not bad, 12 for Lewandowski still. Starting 11 is looking fantastic. Openda 88, Martinelli 90, Saka 93, Ødegaard 92. We have collected 4 points in season number 3 for winning the Premier League as well as the FA Cup. Quarterfinals in the Champions League, no final this time. The first signing we make in season number 4 is a backup striker, as Lewandowski is now going to get sold. He's only 21. Coming in from Barcelona in this for 70 million, it is Matistel joining us. We had only 3 players in the CDM spot, so we went in for a Spanish man to complete our CDMs. It's Pepe Lu coming over to Arsenal from Valencia for 57 million. And finally, yet another man for the future, 21, 80 rated, a right winger, giving competition to Bukayo Saka. It's Yankuba Minte coming over from Brighton for 50 million. I mean, as you can see, none of the players we bought even go onto the bench. They all go onto the reserves because our first team is crazy good. I don't really see any weaknesses. I have just seen that we can't even sell Lewandowski as he's retiring at the end of the season, so Tell will get loaned out. First competitive game of the season against Liverpool in the FA Community Shield. Can we get our first point? Absolutely. Rice, Martinelli and substituted Havertz have scored the goals. 3-1 win. Number 4, and we are the champions by 20 points. Ahead of Spurs, Newcastle and Man City. 20 points ahead of them on 90 points. What a season. 3 points onto the leaderboard. No FA Cup as Man City win that over Chelsea. However, make that one further point as we have defeated West Bromwich in the Carabao Cup. Group stage, we topped our group in flying colours out of Bodo Glimt of all teams. Wow, what are they doing in second? Round of 16 though. We smoked PSV. Quarterfinals, we absolutely demolished Athletic Club. And in the semis, we even defeated PSG on penalties. And in the final, we finally won it. 5 points in the UEFA Champions League. For the second time in this takeover, we have won the Champions League. 24 goals for Martinelli this season, 22 for Saka. He's just come down a little bit, but Martinelli has come up. 17 for Openda and 13 even for Lewandowski. Looking at this first 11, I mean, where can you even improve here? We have 1 player, 2, 3, only 3 players in the starting 11 who are under the overall of 90, although they are very close. 89 rated Costa, 89 rated Kamavinga, and 88 rated Hakimi. We have collected 10 points in season number 4, 20 points after 4 seasons. Let's continue like that in season number 5. The first deal we make this season in season number 5 is for the regen of Robert Lewandowski, who has just retired. I bring him back because we don't have a backup striker. Tell is still on loan. And that's why I bring in Patrick Malinowski, asset Robert Lewandowski regen for €0 from the free agency list. Even though he was great last season, we have just lost Kai Havertz, who has gone back to Germany to Bayer Leverkusen because he wanted to leave the club. Alongside Maneri, who has gone to RB Leipzig, he's 2073. As a replacement, further down the line, a replacement actually for Ødegaard. We go in for a 21-year-old Cam from Real Madrid in this save. In Claudio Echeverri joining us for 42 million from Real Madrid. A Cam. And finally, even though we take a little bit of a hit, we make a third signing of Season 5 for a new right back, replacing Ben White in a straight swap deal. 85 rated Destino Livramento joining us from Fiorentina for a straight swap with Ben White. Echeverri is only 79 right now, but Patino came back from loan. He's 80 rated at 23. Malinovsky is on the bench now. He's 1982. And then another man for the bench, Livramento, 24-85. We are, of course, the winners of the Premier League. That's why we will play in the FA Community Shield against Manchester City. And we take a first point of Season 5. Community Shield winners is Arsenal. We'll even play the UEFA Super Cup against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Let's see if we can make a second point in Season 5. Absolutely! We win the UEFA. At the end of the 5th season, we are back to second place, Arsenal's favourite place, on tied points with Man City. That is incredible. 18 points ahead of Liverpool. We, however, do win the FA Cup against Fulham in the final. 1 point onto the leaderboard. No Carabao Cup as Brighton defeat Blackpool in the final. We have been defeated by Blackpool in the quarters. Oh my. And finally, the big one, the Champions League, where we absolutely crushed our group. 18 points out of possible 18. Round of 16, where are we? We defeated Monaco 5-2. Quarters, we even defeated Real Madrid 3-2. And in the semis, we defeated Villarreal to face Milan in the final, who we defeat as well. 5 points onto the leaderboard. Great season after all. 21 goals for Saka, back up to being the top scorer, 15 assists as well, 21 for Openda as well, 18 for Martinelli, 17 for Gordon. The stats are looking very tasty. Minte 15, 11 for Odegaard, and even 10 for backup striker Malinovsky, who has grown to an 86. After the takeover, this is the team we have created, and finally we only have one player in the starting 11 who is under the overall of 19, Hakimi, 89. We have collected 7 points in Season 5, 27 after 5 seasons. We make one and only signing in season number 6. And it's for an 18-year-old centre-forward, an Argentinian. He's 90 overall, you guys guessed it. For 170 million I have signed Adan Molina from DC United, the Lionel Messi region, I suppose. I've then sold both Riccardo Calafiori to Napoli. He was 26, 84 overall, and Charlie Patino to Milan for 41.3. Money won't be an issue as we have 700 million in our budget. We have just snatched up a right back / left back, an Englishman, an exciting prospect. Replacing Calafiori as a backup, it is Ibrahim Whittaker from Heidenheim for 40 million. So this is how the team is coming together. Where are the new players? Molina, of course, 18, 90 overall. Then we have Telu returned from loan, 23, 85. He's our third string striker now. Whittaker, who joined the club as well. I've also opted to change Molina's position from a centre forward to a cam. And he stays at a 90 overall. That's why I've also loaned out Echeverri to Manchester City of all clubs. I know it's not ideal, but better than to be our third string cam. We start off season number 6 competitive-wise against Manchester City in the FA Community Shield. Can we get the first point? No, we actually lose. No Community Shield this season. Second encounter of the season, yet another Super Cup against Manchester City. This time the UEFA Super Cup. Can we win at least that? Yes, on penalties, 4-4. After regular game time, 120 minutes. 4 goals in extra time. And 4 goals in the night has come to an end, and we are on 99 points, 15 points ahead of Manchester City, 29 ahead of third place Liverpool. This is crazy. We are once again the champions, in fashion as well. We don't win the FA Cup as Nottingham Forest win that over Man City, and the Carabao goes to Chelsea over Aston Villa. However, in the Champions League, we topped our group ahead of Marseille. Round of 16, we actually just about got through against PSV. That would have been an embarrassment on penalties. Quarters, we came past Barcelona 3-2. Semis, we even beat Atletico to play the final against Milan. And we get the win in the Champions League final. 2-0 over Milan, 5 points onto the leaderboard. I mean, the stats have slowed down a little bit. 20 for Martinelli, 19 for Openda. I guess 4 players have scored 18 to 20 goals. That's what made the difference. Saka with 18 and Malinovsky with 18 in 22 is crazy. It doesn't really surprise me that this team has done that well. No player under the overall of 90 still, apart from Hakimi. Saka 96, Openda 92, Martinelli 93. Ødegaard, the captain at 30 years of age still only. 94, 30-year-old Rice 93. We have collected 9 points in season number 6, 36 points after 6 seasons. Let's jump into the 7th. Well, at the start of season 7, we have found an insane free agent, a regen, 21 years of age, 87 overall, a centre-back by the name of Jan Maya joining us from the free agency list for €0 at Arsenal. And guys, the heist for free agent doesn't stop here, as we've gone in for an 18-year-old right winger. You guessed it, another free agent. Nasir Ali joining us from the free agency list. And just to finish, we go in for yet another young player. A 20-year-old Swiss international, 83 overall. Probably the Jan Sommer regen. He'll only be our 3rd string goalkeeper at 83. Johan Martin joining us from Nottingham Forest for 50 million. Also sent Matti Stell out on loan to Roma for 1 year. As well as Johan Martin to Brighton for 12 months. Nasir Ali goes to Newcastle also for 12 months. And finally Jan Maya to Liverpool of all clubs for 12 months as well. Final squad for season 7 is looking like this. We haven't made any changes to the starting 11 because it simply doesn't need to be changed. And we've only added a couple of players that we have put out on loan once again. First, be playing a little test here to start off the season. The Community Shield against Nottingham Forest, who have of course won the FA Cup. Can we get a win? With Gordon in the starting 11, we lose 4-2 on penalties. That's a big blow to our aspirations. Next up, with this time Martinelli suspended. So once again, Gordon in the left wing. Last time he was tired, this time he's suspended. We play the UEFA Super Cup. Let's hope to win against Villarreal. And we do. 3-1, Saka, Openda and Minte. At least we rescue 1 point from those. And this time we come out on top on same points than Man City. I mean, us ourselves together with Man City play in a different league. 15 points ahead of 3rd place Newcastle. The FA Cup goes to Man City over Spurs. The Carabao goes to Wolves on penalties over Liverpool. We haven't won any domestic cups for 2 seasons now. However, maybe we've kept it all for the Champions League, where we topped our group in flying colours, 18 points out of 18. Where are the 16? Where are we? We absolutely blasted the shit out of Monaco. Quarterfinals, we even blasted the shit out of Dortmund. Semi-finals, we absolutely destroyed Villarreal. And even Milan in the final, 6-1. I've never seen such a one-sided Champions League final, 6-1. For the 2nd straight year, we have collected 9 points, and this time it is Malinovsky and Saka the best scorers. Saka with 15 assists as well. 21 for Openda and 20 for Martinelli. Those 4. Between 20 and 22 goals, they've even stepped their game up a little bit more than last season. The team is looking absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic. I'm not gonna lie when I say this is one of the finest teams, the finest works of art I have ever created on FC24. We're already on 45 points after 7 seasons. There are still 3 seasons to go. 25 to catch up Real Madrid, which I'm not very sure about, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, we can try our best. The only signing we are making in season number 8 is a new cab, 27 years of age, from Bayern Munich. His contract was expiring and it's a swap deal even. The German superstar Jamal Musiala finding his way back to England, to Arsenal for 110 million plus Mikel Merino, who was now 34. So this is our final squad for season 8. Ødegaard and Musiala now in midfield with Rice. We have changed up the formation, but I can't let Minte stay there. I'm gonna put Kamavinga there as a CDM. But he goes to the bench, Kamavinga, because Musiala is now there. Rice is already 31, so we might get replaced even this season with Kamavinga. But we are ready with this squad to bag in some more trophies. To start off the season, we have a double-headed fixture in Super Cups, both ones. First is the FA Community Shield against Manchester City. And we don't collect our first point as Man City beat us 2-1. Next up is the UEFA Super Cup, where we already need points against Bayern Munich. But we lose again. We don't win any Super Cups in Season 8. That is... yeah, not Season 8, and we once again back the Premier League. 3 points onto the leaderboard, 9 points ahead of Manchester City in second. The FA Cup goes to Liverpool. We have very rarely won that, I think never actually. We however do win the Carabao Cup, next point against Spurs, 4th point of Season 8. And finally, the big one, the Champions League, where we topped our group ahead of Ajax, 5 points, which should give us a little bit of an easier draw. But yeah, we had to face Real Madrid in the round of 16, who we beat actually 2-1. Quarterfinals, we thumped Leverkusen 6-2. Semi-finals, we destroyed PSG 7-2. And in the final, we beat Milan. I think that's the second time we beat Milan in the Champions League final. I mean, Anthony Gordon from the bench with 22 goals. What a signing he was back at the beginning. 19 for Openda. Great signing as well. Saka at a 98 overall with 18 goals. Great. 18 goals for Malinovsky, even the backup striker. And I mean, the team couldn't be a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. We have Gabriel, who is now going down. He's 33. He could get replaced by, for example, Meyer or Timber. But for now, he's still the highest rated. And still everybody in the starting 11, at least 90 rated. Most of them actually 92, 93. We have collected 9 points in Season 8. And so with 2 seasons to go, we are on 54 points. That is absolutely magnificent. Real Madrid are the leaders on 70. And I'm not even lying. If we put in like a shift and make 2 times 8 points, we have equalized Real Madrid's top standings. Just to have a little bit of fun at this point, we replace Matistel with a new striker from England who's a lot younger. Matistel was anyway only our 3rd string striker, so we have a new one here. Jay Butler joining us from Venezia for Matistel in a straight swap deal at Arsenal. Butler is very far down here, 24.82 overall. He might just get loaned out for the first season. Echeverri has returned from his loan. He's now 25.86. Ali as well, 20.84. The first game of the season is the FA Community Shield that we definitely haven't won enough. But here we win it against Liverpool. First point of the season. The second game is the UEFA Super Cup against Leeds United of all teams. How is that even possible? But yeah, let's just get into it. Mendes is suspended. But we still win 2-1. 2 points onto the leaderboard. Just for the 2 community shields. 2-1 against Leeds United. The Invincibles again here for Arsenal. Only 1 loss all season long. We are the champions by 26 points out of Manchester City. We don't win the FA Cup, however, as West Ham win that over Man United. The Carabao doesn't go to us as well, as Man City win that over Chelsea. We have been knocked out by Man City in the semi-finals. If we were to win that Champions League, this would give us a big boost. We topped our group out of Juventus. Round of 16, we destroyed Rangers. Quarterfinals, we even overcame Real Madrid. And in the semis, we overcame Bayern. Against Milan, once again, for the 3rd time, I think, in this Champions League final. And we win it again, 3-1 this time. 5 points onto the leaderboard. What a season again. Openda has finally come in clutch here with 27 goals in 38 games. 18 for Gordon again. What a player. 16 for Martinelli, 16 for Malinovsky, 14 for Saka. He's gone down a bit in his stats, but that was to be expected at one point. We've done a magnificent job with this team this season. Hakimi now to an 89, but all the others still in their 90s. Also, Gabriel has gone down to an 88, but we can replace him with Timber. Yes, he's 90 rated. We are only 2 points off second place Barcelona and Chelsea, and 6 points of Real Madrid. So if we put in 6 points, we are levels with them. How about going in for a new right back / right wing back, replacing Hakimi, a 2-year younger player now. He's also 1 lower rated, but I think that Hakimi will fall off this season. That's why I've gone in for Jeremia Frimpong in a direct swap deal with Hakimi. Frimpong doesn't even start, as Livramento is now 1 higher rated as well. We have Rice, who drops to the bench at 33, as Kamavinga is now 94 rated, one higher. And this squad, in general, is absolutely brilliant. Butler returned from loan at 84. We still have Pepe Lu, who I want to get rid of, but all the others I keep for this final season. William Pacho has left the club for 85 million to Liverpool here. Pepe Lu has gone to Man United for 47 million. And that's why we have gone in as a replacement for Maxwell Andvi from Bergamo Calcio for 54 million, a CDM 2183 overall. Andvi here, maybe the Thomas Partey region, he's Ghanaian, 2183. He doesn't even make the bench by far because Rice is there now with Kamavinga in the starting 11. At Wembley Stadium for the first point. Every point counts now against West Ham, and we get that point. FA Community Shield in Season 10 in the bag. Second time running an all-English affair in the UEFA Super Cup against Brighton this season, the winners of the Europa League. Can we get a second point of the season? Yes! Very, very, very important 2 points that we have collected here at the start. Martinelli with a brace. At the end of the final season, we are once again the Premier League champions for the 5th time in a row, if I'm not mistaken. We, however, narrowly lose the Carabao Cup final on penalties against United. That's a missed opportunity for a point. We do absolutely spank Spurs to win the FA Cup though, so we've actually made 6 points this season because we've won the Premier League, the UEFA Super Cup, the FA Community Shield and the FA Cup. So 6 points, and we are on same points than Real Madrid in first. If we win the Champions League, we'll be the lone leaders here with Arsenal. We topped our group ahead of Atalanta. Round of 16, we just about overcame Juventus on penalties. Quarterfinals, we spanked Real Madrid. Wow, 6-1. Semi-finals, we even overcame Barcelona to face Leipzig and to take the opportunity. Can we take it to make the final step here? No. We actually lose against Leipzig, so we stay on 70 points. 35 goals for Saka. He's back to being the absolute boss here of this team. 14 assists as well. 19 goals for Malinovsky, 18 for Openda, 17 for Martinelli. These stats look amazing. And this amazing team has, in the end, made it through to become the best team on the leaderboard, alongside Real Madrid, of course. But look at this team. Look at this squad. Incredible. Arsenal, the new top dogs of the Takeover leaderboard, on 70 points. We have won 7 league titles, 6 domestic cups and 7 continental cups, which was, of course, decisive. If we had won an 8, then we would be the lone leaders with 75. Like that, we are on same points than Real Madrid, 70 points. And Barcelona and Chelsea are still on 66 points, now in 3rd position, both of these. But lads, if you enjoyed this takeover with Arsenal over those 10 seasons, then please consider dropping a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, and tell me in the comments what else you'd like to see next at the end here of FC24. Have a wonderful rest of your day. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. I'm out.